What do you do if you think you can't? What if you could?
There's a great question. Because I hate the word can't, and I'm on a regular basis now begging, this is my begging position, please don't use the word can't. It's a horrible, disgusting word, and if we share it with our kids, for example, our future adults, you can't. What right do we have to say that? There's too many people that would prove us wrong if we say you can't become an artist, a musician, a business person, a sports person, you can't change the world. Too many people have been told that they can't, and they do anyway. I think it would be really sad that somebody has been told as a small child you can't, and then they decide that whoever told them that was right, and they don't do it. That's called dream stealing, and I hope that you never do it. But here's an interesting question about the word can't. Why do we doubt that we can? Why would we say can't? What is it that stops us, that causes doubt, causes that expression of don't try that, it won't work? How do we know that it won't work if we don't try? And too many people have tried stuff 10 times, 20 times, 100 times, 200 times, and even though it didn't work 200 times, they still kept giving it a go, and then it worked. And it doesn't matter which story you listen to. The light globe's a classic, because it doesn't matter. That story, I think, had a bit of exaggeration, because did he try 10 times, 100 times, 10,000 times to make a light globe? But he didn't try once. He didn't try once and then give up. He kept going until, and I think that's the great expression. I will not stop until. Doesn't matter if I'm tired, if I'm don't have enough money, if people tell me that I can't, whatever challenge comes across my way, doesn't matter if other people think that I can't, because I think that I can, I'm not going to give up. Now, I'm outside today. You'll probably hear it. It's windy, and it's apparently going to snow. And I love it when it snows, but it's really interesting because I have no control over the weather, and it's something that I always talk about. I live in a place where it's the hottest place in New Zealand in the summer and the coldest place in the winter. We have snow and wind and frost and mist and fog, and all sorts of things happen here. And I have no control over that. And that's one of the reasons I live in such an extreme place, because I want to be reminded on a regular basis. There are some things I have no control over, but I have full control over how I feel about them, and I have full control over my life. So yes, I could complain if it's cold, if it's windy, if it's raining, but I have no control over that. So I don't complain about it, I get excited about it. When people tell me that I can't, that's one of the driving forces for me that I can. And I often share the story I was told in one year, Rowie, you can't run marathon and you can't compete in a bodybuilding competition because you're too big for running and you're too small for bodybuilding. So I did both in the same year, and I just share that with you because the word can't to me is just a stupid word. If you doubt that you can do something, just go and do it. Then you'll doubt no more. I think that's a beautiful expression. If you doubt, go do, and then you'll doubt no more because you've done it. Can I run a marathon? Well, I don't know that until I run across the finish line. But I won't know that I can run across the finish line unless I go and do it. So you've got to start. Then you've got to have a never give up attitude. And then you can celebrate and say, well, I've done it. And once you've run a marathon, you are now a marathon runner, and nobody can ever take that away from you. But if you think about it and analyse it and hope that you can do it and then never go and do it, then you'll never know that you could do it. And there's that horrible word, apart from can't, which I hate, is regret. Imagine looking back over your life and saying, I could have, I should have, I would have, but I didn't because someone told me that I couldn't, or I didn't believe that I couldn't, or I doubted that I could, so I didn't give it a go. Well, there's a great Australian expression, and I'm Australian, give it a crack, bloody oath, give it a crack. If you don't give it a crack, you'll never know. So kick doubt out is another great expression. Even if you think that you can't and you doubt that you can, give it a go anyway. And then have this attitude, it's called a never give up attitude. You'll see me waving from the top or dead on the side, but I'm not coming back. I'll do it or die. And I think the world gets out of your way if you have that kind of an attitude. So regardless of the weather, regardless of people's attitude, regardless of what the government's doing, regardless of the people that tell you that you can't, what if you say, I can? And then say, how can I? And is it possible that your brain will help you? Super duper doo, how are you? I can because I choose to. Woohoo!